Hello, hello! Perfidious Pete here, back to try out a brand new recipe for victory down in the cruel kitchens and accursed caverns of Perfidious Manor in Darkest Dungeon. And ever since I put the Muffin Man on blast for being a total gangster, I've had a little list of ingredients that's been percolating back into my mind that I've been wanting to toss into a mixing bowl, stir vigorously, pour into a greased muffin tin, and bake until golden brown. Mostly because of the Muffin Man's delicious cranberry walnut muffins. They really are fantastic, but my recipe, it's a little different. And the main ingredient on that list is Speedball. Because holy shit pickles, was he tearing it up last episode. The guy was all over the place, man. He was bouncing here, leaping there, casually murdering a punk ass over there, and generally being his effervescent, ebullient self. And it occurred to me, I've never really tried a party that was entirely based on shuffle meta, and I'd sort of like to give it a whirl. So I say, let's do it. Let's shuffle things up like a dealer on a 6-deck shoe at a Vegas casino when the table is running hot. Also, by the way, pit bosses, dick move when you pull that in. Oh, we got to change dealer. You guys are scum. Just straight up scum. Now, unfortunately, the thing about a recipe is, as much as it was inspired by Speedball, not actually going to be a part of this one. I do have a more fully fleshed out shuffle meta group that I want to try, but before I put Speedball at risk, because he is our only jester, I'm going to try things out with a slightly different conformation of high-level troopers, some of which I consider fairly expendable, regrettably. Do we really want to do... We're going to go with... Yeah, let's do it. Okay, so we're going to head down to the embarkation point. We're going to just test this out. Now, granted, again, no Speedball in this, which makes it a somewhat less than ideal test, but it should be good enough as sort of a proof of concept. When we get a short champion, we are going to try this, I think, on a short dungeon, preferably. Unless there's a mission, we might do something else if there's one that's a really good reward or something that's very tempting. Explore 90% of rooms on a long mission for 50? No. Ancestor's Signet. Another long champion mission to explore 90% of rooms. Gonna say no, because that trinket is crap. Absolutely not. Brigand 16-pounder. It's intriguing, it is. Do I want to go fight for 4.5 hours against a Brigand 16-pounder with an untried, untested group? No, very much no. Also, that Martyr Seal is straight up garbage anyway. Book of Holiness, not terrible. Not really very useful, but not terrible. The minus stress, I mean, we already have one. That's crap. So, we can explore 90% of rooms, or we can complete 100% of room battles. You know, oddly, normally I would go for the 90% of rooms, but in this case, I'm going to go for the 100% of room battles, simply because my goal here is specifically to fight. I want to try and test this little pattern out in a combat environment. A couple upgrades are going to be necessary before we get to that, though. First off, if we're taking Junior Batman, Bruce Wayne is not about to let Junior Batman go into a dungeon less than perfectly equipped, and similarly, we got to do the same thing here for old Clark Kent. You'd be like, Pete, you're running dangerously low on cash, and you're not wrong, but that's fine because Elektra, Not Quite Nachos, and Wonder Woman are going to be rounding out the team, and they've got everything fully sorted in the equipment and skill department, so we don't have any... Actually, you know what? Let's double-check skills. Just to make sure... okay, yeah, see Wonder Woman? It's a good thing we checked. Not actually fully skilled up. Also, this means we're going to have to go to the Nomad's wagon and try and whip ourselves up a little extra cash. So we got to sell some stuff. What are we going to sell here? Ancestor's Bottle? No. Here, sort by rarity, please. Unequip everything. Sort them by rarity. What do we have multiples of? Gotta get rid of some dupes here. We did this, like, fairly recently, so my theory is we're probably not going to have a lot of stuff we really need to sell. We can get rid of this dodgy sheath for sure. Yep, 1,500 gold. Gone. What else? Actually, we have 3 dodgy sheaths. We have 1 highwayman, so there's literally no chance we would ever need 3 dodgy sheaths. I do like the extra Warrior's Braces are pretty good. Am I ever going to wear 2 of them, though? No, I'm not. This stuff cannot be sold. Some of this stuff is just great up garbage, though. Like the Stun Charm, I'm never going to use that. Protection Stone, never going to use it. Dodge Stone, again, never going to... Well, you know what? Actually, a Dodge Stone might get used. Unholy Slayer's Ring, will keep. Swordsman's Crest, Survival Guide. That I should use more, honestly. The Highwayman's Buckle... I mean, maybe. The Redemption Armlet, maybe. Eldritch Killing Incense, possibly. Evasion Incense. That's actually pretty good. 8 dodge for -1 speed? There's no way I'm selling that. That's respectable. about some of this junk? Stun amulet. Maybe. Solar crown. Maybe. Solar bracer. Again, maybe. Swift cloak. I'm never going to wear an item that just gives us +2 speed. Let's just sell that. Tenacity ring. It's also bonus dot. Yeah, I might use that. Is that it? Are we really out of stuff to sell already? Accursed incense. Debuff skill chance. Move skill chance. Minus max HP. We would probably use that. I mean, maybe. The Carapace idol. That's garbage. We're never going to use that. Jester's dice. It seems unlikely, but there's an outside chance, so let's hang on to it. What about these focus rings? I might use multiple focus. Yeah, you know, maybe. I hate, you know, the penalty to dodge, now that I think about it. We probably don't need 2 of those. Let's get rid of 1. Anything else? Nope, that's going to be it. We have sold our way into the poorer house. There's nothing else we can afford to get rid of. So, Wonder Woman, let's get you stocked, locked, and ready to roll here. I can't believe your skills were not maxed, Wonder Woman. Silver Sable is sorted. Alright, Kent. I'm going to guess you probably need some skills, too. Yeah, it's fine. This is part of the reason why we're going in a short dungeon, too, is we're not going to be able really to spend a whole lot of cash on... Somebody's going in with rank 4 skills, because we just don't have enough ducats. We don't have the loot, yo. Alright, Junior Batman, you're going to have to roll with suboptimal skills. I'm sorry, we shot our wad. Unless they're going to let us sell Buffy Summers into slavery in order to pay for this mission, we're going to have to roll light on this one. Again, this is, you know, not the end of the world. It's a short mission and really more of a proof of concept anyway. So, Junior Batman, you're going to be in the front rank. Electra, not quite nachos. You're in the second rank, and yes, I'm aware your stress is a little higher than we might like. You're going to have to learn to deal with it. And where's old Wonder Woman? Diana Prince, you're bringing up the rear. Now, our goal is to not move our rear party member. We're just going to be shuffling back and forth amongst these 3. In the full paradigm of this, we would probably swap in Speedball, swap out Electra, and then maybe swap in an Occultist instead of our Vestal. But again, we're just testing. This is a proof of concept kind of thing. We're just testing the waters, giving it a little feelsy feel. Dipping a toe in to see whether or not we're comfortable in the big end, or whether we want to, you know, stay in the shallow, whether we need to stay in the kiddie pool, or whether we're comfortable in the big boy pool. Sometimes you got to move outside your comfort zone a little bit, and that's exactly what we're doing. I'm pretty far outside of my comfort zone right now. I think most of the rest of what we got is going to be spent on shovels and a key. That's one thing of holy water. I'll splurge. Oh, no, you know what? We already have one. Never mind. If we already have one thing of holy water, that's it. We're done. Embark. No. Trinkets. I forgot. Thank you, game, for reminding me, because I am an idiot. Sort by rarity. Okay, so let's get the trinkets sorted then. Dick Grayson. Fear of Beast. Hagioomania on Quiet Mind. What do we want to give old Johnny Dickless here? Did you shut off the power? Yes, Your Honor. This man has no dick. Bonus dodge and highlight. We love it. Is that what we want to go with for you, though? Ideally, you're going to... Well, if any... Okay, Dick Grayson needs to have the most dodge of anybody in the entire party. We want bonus dodge, bonus speed. Let's go Ancestor's Candle and Camouflage Cloak. Those are the 2 things we're going for. And having our light high is going to be of tantamount importance here. Where's our Grave Digger only item that was fantastic and I was super stoked to have gotten my hands on last time? It's around here somewhere. That ain't it. Was it Wilbur's Flag? No. The Wolf's Tassel? No, that's Bounty Hunters. Necromancer's Collar? Nope. Not the Hag's Ladle. I know for a fact I picked up a Grave Digger only item and I was... This is it. The Lucky Talisman. Bonus dodge, bonus accuracy, bonus stress, which is bad, but what are you going to do? Sometimes you got to take a little extra stress now and then. We could go with the stress resist item. I would prefer to just go, again, with more dodge. Just keep stacking on the dodge, baby. What else have we got that's bunches of dodges? The Feather Amulet's pretty good. That would put us at a 50 dodge with bonus speed. 2 blue items, that's pretty good. 50 dodge is huge. Half of attacks just straight up miss. Clark Kent, you're taking a map. There you go. Enjoy that. Suck it up with the Ancestors map. And I guess we'll give you the Ancestors Scroll. I mean, it's not like you're tanking or anything. Barristan's Head. We could give you bonus protection, which I suppose would not be terrible. I don't want to give you 10 protection for that stress bonus is actually objectively bad. Bonus virtue chance. Lower stress. Big death blow resistant. I mean, the Crusader's orders are okay. Let's just roll with that. That seems fine. It counters a stress penalty, which is mostly what we're concerned about. And then for Wonder Woman, I mean, we're doing nothing fancy here. We're going with our patented Sacred Scroll. And where's my Tome of Holy Healing? There it is. And sorted. Embark we go. With trinkets and provisions this time. It's a banner day for Perfidious Pete. For once, I didn't forget to bring something critical into a dungeon. I'm almost as shocked as you are. Also, I can't help but notice that the music is checked out. We on coffee break here? Score? What's going on? Did Danny Elfman quit today?
And what better place to begin than the seat of our noble line?
You know, the seat of our noble line? Do we have to start at the butthole darkest dungeon, ancestor? I mean, I know you're depraved and decadent and fattened by what's-magoo and blue de blah and hootie ha, but does that immediately mean we just, like, straight away have to start with the butt stuff? We could use a torch and refill our light. Alternatively, we could just do, you know what, let's just do nothing. The alchemy table, we don't have the other trinket to interact with that. We want to make sure our torchlight is above 75 for all fights. We're really relying on dodging here. It's going to be a big part of our game. Make sure the light levels are appropriately high. 89. We'll be at 75 in this encounter. Fantastic. Boy, we're really going to get to test this out, considering they tossed this in against some maggots. Those guys, shockingly, quite a bit of damage. Okay. So, our goal, we're going to be lunging, duelist advancing, and then opening vein so we can get a little bit of a riposte action going. So, go ahead and open this man's vein. 11 damage. Did we get to bleed? We did, and that guy immediately got a turn and bled to death. All right. Comes the Grave Nibble. Sweetly dodged by Dick the Highwayman Grayson. Double dicked for the maggots. Oh, Dick Grayson, you stalwart son of a bitch. I forgot to equip the appropriate skills for Clark Kent. That's fantastic, so I guess we'll just Inspiring Cry. We get a little of additional extra stress this way. Honestly, nobody's hurt. We're going to win this fight before these guys get a chance to go anyway. No real need to worry. Big ol' crit and some stress relief there for Wonder Woman. Nicely done. And a pick to the face to close things out. So our first test, abject failure, because we forgot to equip the right skills, but we can fix that very shortly. Let's get rid of Zealous Accusation. We're going to go for Holy Lance. Pete, you're getting rid of Zealous Accusation in favor of Battle Heal? You know, we could probably do this. This way works too. I do want to keep the Stress Heal. Do we want to keep Smite? Yeah, there's a non-zero chance we get stuck in the front rank somehow. Could get shuffled. That's the other thing that's nice about this party. They are absolutely immune to the party shuffle. Excuse me? Why do you not have lunge? I brought the wrong person. You were... Yep, I was supposed to bring Silver Sable. Actually, not you. You were supposed to be Silver Sable. And I grabbed Electra Not Quite Nachos instead. Boy, I was... Okay, so... I didn't fail to bring trinkets, but I still found a way to fail. Brilliant. So Duelist Advance is what we want to lead off with. Well, this is going fantastically. We can't actually make this work. Alright then, I guess Electra Nachios, you're going to be in the front until pushed back, which sucks because you're going to win every speed roll, which means you're going to have to lead off with a pick to the face. I suppose, ultimately, it's not the world's worst fate. Very favor from the gods. We got a buff that gives us a big damage bonus. This is why we did this on a short mission. Clark Kent is going to steal because, I mean, goddamn, Superman. You're supposed to be the hope of the world. Oh, the big S on my chest stands for hope. Yeah, you know what the hope is? We're hoping you don't rob us goddamn blind while we're not looking, Superman. Klepto. Superman's all like, yeah, by the way, I rob now. Yeah, I don't feel necessarily good about it, but it turns out I'm a super thief. I'm super thiefy. Dig through this rebel. I'm more irritated in the fact that Superman robbed us, not just because he straight up robbed us, but also because he denied us an opportunity for treasure. We did have the appropriate trinket to interact with that. We could have just smashed it open with a shovel. Fortunately, Superman is immune to disease. You know, I say fortunately, but I don't really feel that fortunate about it. I'd kind of like to watch him suffer. That's a horrible thing to say. Yeah, it is a horrible thing to say, but I really hate Superman a lot. You've got to be shitting me, Kent. Well, I'll just keep this for myself. Look, a hard-earned reward. I'm keeping the planet safe from, you know, monsters and other denizens and creatures. Why did we get it then? If Superman is robbing us blind, what, did you recant on your deathbed, Superman? Superman, man, I can't be this big of a dick my entire life. Fine, here, take the stuff. I feel a little bad about what I've done. Also, this mission is straight up kind of a joke. Alright, so we are going to do that. Get with the stabbing. Hell of a start, 11 damage. Nice, here comes the grave nibble on the one person who can't dodge it. Or is unlikely to dodge it. We did resist the disease, got stunned. The stun is going to be bar and large irrelevant. Why can you not Holy Lance? You're in the... because there's nothing in the right rank. Oh, I guess we'll just be doing a little stress relief then.
The way is lit. The path is
Maybe we should get rid of Zealous Accusation in that configuration then. See, we're learning. This is why we're doing this. This is why we brought this party. We're trying to learn things. We want to be a more versatile player. Don't want to always rely on the same tactics, because in some situations those tactics don't necessarily pan out. And we're learning. Battlefield heal in this situation is going to be better for Clark Kent than any of the other alternatives. We'll go ahead and open a vein up. Kent, might as well go for some stress relief. That also heals very slightly too, so double benefits. Wonder Woman going to kill and heal herself. Alright, so I'm kind of glad we've not fought anything other than maggots, so let's get rid of that and bring back Battlefield Heal then. What? Superman found a thing he didn't want to steal? That's because Superman knows that reading is for suckers, especially in Darkest Dungeon. Darkest Dungeon reminding you, don't read, kids. Make sure and not visit your local library. This message brought to you by the Darkest Dungeon Council for Ignorance. Darkest Dungeon advising you remain as ignorant as possible, as long as possible. Although, you know what, it does kind of fit in with the whole things man was not meant to know sort of message that Darkest Dungeon does have going on. Kind of a Lovecraftian air. And things man was not meant to know was a big part of H.P. Lovecraft sort of mythos. Only true shame about H.P. Lovecraft is his ideas were vastly better than his ability to render them. Not a big Lovecraft fan. Not because I don't like the mythos and the stories. I think that's his strongest suit. He just wasn't a fantastic writer. You've got to be kidding me, Superman. What a fantastic way to inflict death on someone. Maybe I could jam Jimmy Olsen or Lois Lane inside one someday. I'm looking forward to that because I'm super scum. Superman finally found 100 gold he didn't want to steal.
the promise of safety.
Maggots and a spider that we got surprise on. This should prove interesting. All right, don't hit the guy in the last rank, whatever the shit you do. Let's go for the point blank shot.
Eradicated.
Beautiful. Then we're going to pick to the face.
Decimated.
Also beautiful. And suddenly Clark Kent is once again out of things to do, but only because everybody's dead now. It's a quality problem to have. Let's get some stress out of Wonder Woman then.
A blazing star.
And we'll have old Wendy's drop a dodge on Mr. Spider, but this guy can't do much from the front row anyway. He's gonna bite Elektra Not Quite Nachos, who failed to dodge, took some serious blight damage as a result. That's okay though. Well, we're riposting at least. Our goal with the riposte is just to have like dodge and riposte to be a big thing.
The offensive.
1,000 gold. Well, this test is gonna, if nothing else, probably bankrupt us. We spent a lot of money to make this happen, and it seems like it's not really paying fantastically huge dividends. And we have food. That's a lot of blight from one spider bite. It looks like a brown recluse or something. It really got up in there and tore us up. Here, you know what? Just eat some food. We've got more than enough, and it's not like we can camp anyway. Superman here, you want to loot us again? Go ahead and straight up rob us. We need stress relief. You do. Trap disarmed. And somebody was kind enough to give me a fantastic tip. If you really want to do the stress relief and you have the Ancestors map, you can actually just move that between members of your party to give whoever needs the disarm bonus the disarm bonus. That's a fantastically useful tip that I never even thought about. In this case, though, it just didn't feel like worth the effort for a bonus of like 5%. I understand the usefulness of it, and you will see me adopting that in the future, just at this time, not right now. Let's go ahead and get a point-blank shot out. Wouldn't mind hitting some of the back ranks, which is something this party is actually shockingly relatively ill-equipped to do. A respectable shot, I guess. Can we kill this stress unit? Yes. Well, we got one of them. That's fine. We're going to win some speed rolls. Looks like Wonder Woman's taking a little more stress damage. 14, not the end of the world. Axe blade, go ahead. Put it in Clark Kent's face. He deserves it. What debuff did you get, Clark? Move resistance, stun resist, no big deal. Batman failed to dodge, but we're not really overly concerned at this point about damage, really. We can counter damage without much worry. A little bit of dice for you. That activates our riposte. Tempting Goblet. Beautifully done. The dodge and the riposte, which is exactly what we were hoping for there. Big blow from Wonder Woman. Guess we'll just grind some stress out of our Crusader then. Another dodge and riposte. Well, we didn't get the first part of it done, but we did get the riposting, so that's solid. A little bit of cash. Might as well continue adventuring. Let's just touch this thing. Here, Wonder Woman. Poke this suit of armor. Protects the hero with the Knightly Aura. That's a useful buff. 10 dodge until camp, 15 protection until camp. Only problem is, we're leaving the damn dungeon right friggin' now. Alright, well, I mean, that would have gone better if I had actually brought the appropriate skills, but I'm glad we tested it in a very low consequences environment. We spent most of our time fighting maggots and spiders. It was a quality dungeon to have operated the test in, and we've seen where the mechanics have gone wrong. Mostly in that I forgot to bring the right ingredients. Be like, I set out to bring, bake a batch of cranberry walnut muffins like the eponymous Muffin Man, and instead of cranberries and walnuts, I bought blueberries and, like, pine nuts, but it turns out blueberry pine nut muffins are actually reasonable as well. Wheel Tactician. Replaced Clutch Hitter, that's bad. Clutch Hitter's real good. Scrounger replaced Deadly, that's also terrible. Somehow we caught the Wasting Sickness, which, you know what, given the fact that a Grave Robber can eliminate their own disease, that's not really a big deal. Picked up Ruined Scrounger instead of Cove Explorer, that's basically a wash. Cove Tactician replaced Precise Striker. But man, we got downgrades on every single one of our quirks, and a positive quirk replaced a better positive quirk. Even when we win, we lose. Bullshit. Elements have not been kind to the old abbey. The very soil itself seems to reject the place. Work is expected to last through the week. Alright, so there's some noisy repairs. The cloister is locked. Who cares? Transept changed cost by 50% in the Penance Hall, though, things are cheaper in the Transept than the Penance Hall. Elena Bertinelli recovered 56 stress, no longer fearful. Alex Olson is tying one on and refuses to leave the bar yet. Okay, I guess when you really liquor up a swamp thing, he's gonna hang around for a while. You give him one of those bar swamp specials, he's like, oh baby, it's 2-for-1 night. Woohoo, tie one on. Then again, he is from Louisiana, so what are you gonna expect, I guess? Oh, Perfidious Pete firing shots at Louisiana. Yeah, I am firing shots at Louisiana. And this is from someone who has been very drunk in Louisiana on a couple different occasions. Olson's really tying one on. Anybody else need some stress relief? I mean, if we can get somebody to pray or do penance, we might consider that since it is cheaper if anybody needs it. The cloister's locked off, but the transept's going to be cheap as dirt. Who needs to pray? Anybody? All right, Fury, you're looking a little problematic. You're a bad gambler. You will only pray. Well, I mean, that sort of works out then, doesn't it, Fury? In you go. Half-price stress relief for Nick Fury. Mary McCabe, what will you do? Pretty much anything. You probably don't need to flagellate. Also, we really should conserve some cash here. We barely walked out of that dungeon with any loot at all. Yeah, this is fine. Let's just go ahead and do that. That leaves us $6 grand, most of which we'll probably just spend on provisions for our next mission. And perhaps we'll try the recipe again, except with the appropriate ingredients by taking Silver Sable. I wanted somebody who had Shadow Fade back in there so we could always get stuns and control the absolute order of where everybody was. We may try that again. Or, you know what? Maybe we just level up Speedball and bring in the official introduction of that party. Get the shuffle party shuffling the way I actually want it to shuffle. As soon as Nick Fury gets done, we may go back into level 4 dungeon and start working old Speedball back up towards where he needs to be. I would like to take the Strays in again as well. Mary McCabe, Dorrance, Rachel Summers, and Thor Girl. I mean, we've had a lot of good times with those guys in the dungeon. They've put on some serious clinical beatings. Nothing better than a clinical beating. Although if you go to a clinic and they advise beating as a treatment for whatever ails you, you may want to get a second opinion before letting them administer the beating. You may also want to get a second opinion before watching any more of my content, because sometimes I just get crazy, ridiculous, retarded. If you enjoyed it, however, though, you might consider dropping a like down in the comment section. Your support does really mean a lot. And if you'd like to see more Darkest Dungeon, you might consider subscribing as well. New episodes go up for Darkest Dungeon every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Right now, thanks very much for watching. I'll see you again soon. with maybe a clinical beating.